my sweet Lord, my Lord, my Lord. I really wanna see you, really wanna be with you, really wanna see your love, but it takes so long, my Lord, my Lord, my sweet Lord.
Hey, great to see you. Joe here and welcome to another lesson. Okay, so there you heard a short rendition of my version of My Sweet Lord by George Harrison from the album All Things Must Pass. Absolute classic track this. I think it's well worth adding to your repertoire. It's a real workout for you in many senses of the word. Okay, so I'll do what I usually do and I'll break it down into parts. For this song, it's going to be 3 parts. And let me start by saying it needs to be capoed on the 2nd fret, and all the chords will be relative to that I mentioned. So an E minor shape, yeah, it'll just be what you're used to and things like that, okay? Now, towards the end of the video, I'm going to come back and talk about particular sections of the song which I think are worth an extra mention, which may help you coming to terms with the song, okay? So let's get started and take a look at part 1. Now, the song opens up with the E minor chord and the A major chord, okay? And you're just going to kind of, my advice to you with the strumming would be listen to the track. Obviously that's really, really important with this song for you to listen to the track, okay? So you can get a feel for how it goes, because there are many guitars kind of, it's multi-tracked, okay? So you'll hear all these kind of guitars going on. It sounds like, you might think it's one guitar, but there are a few guitars going on. Okay, now as I say, it starts with an E minor to A major. Just start out slow. It does that 4 times. Okay, now once you've done that 4 times, it goes to a D. Now it's important to try and hear these changes. I'm sure you'll be able to, yeah, because it's pretty obvious. So at that point it goes to the D and the little intro solo comes in. And we're going at that stage from a D major chord to a B minor chord. Okay, and for the D major chord, just play the bottom 4 strings. B minor chord, you can play from the 5th string down. Okay, so intro just being yeah, nice and easy. Then into the D, B minor, B minor. So it does the D, B minor twice, okay? And at that stage, it goes to a D, comes back to the D, and it goes to an F sharp diminished, which is that chord, okay? Now, all the chords are general, you know, your E minors and A majors, I expect you'll know them. If there's anything a little bit unusual, then I'll tell you what it is. That is a little bit unusual. So your F sharp diminished is on this 1st fret here, which in reality is the 3rd, okay? We're playing the 4th string and the 2nd string. On the 2nd fret, we're playing the 3rd string and the 1st string, okay? And we're just playing the bottom 4 strings. Now, once we play that F sharp diminished, the next chord is a B7. So all we do is we lift this finger up here and we place it on the 5th string 2nd fret and we get a B7. Okay? So let's rewind a little bit, go from the D to the B minor. That's 1. That's 2. D, F sharp diminished, B7. Okay, and back to your E minor, A. Okay, and that's where the vocal comes in. And essentially, all that is repeated. Okay, so it's my sweet Lord, your E minor, A, my Lord, my sweet Lord, my Lord. All E minor, A. Now the D, really wanna know you. B minor, really, D with you. B minor, really wanna know you, Lord, but it takes so long, my Lord. Okay, so the only thing to think about there is that D. My Lord. So essentially, we've kind of covered the intro, the first chorus, the verse, second chorus, the second verse, and the third chorus. Okay? That's all that's happening with that. Now at that point, there's a bridge, okay? And so let's kind of show you how it comes out of the chorus and into the bridge, okay? So we have, my Lord, my sweet Lord, my Lord, I really want to see you. Right, now this is the bridge, I'm going to slow it down. So that's a D. Then it goes to a D7. I really want to see you. Okay? So for both of these Ds, we're looking to just play the bottom four strings. So, I really want to see you. Really want to see you. Really want to see you, Lord. Now that is a B chord, all right? All right, and I'm sure you're familiar with that. That's just 5th string, 2nd fret. And this third finger is making like a half bar, playing the 2nd, 3rd and 4th strings of the 4th fret, yeah? Now, not that I'm playing all of those notes, but I'm playing more of the bassy notes that say the 3rd, 4th, 5th. So let's take a look at that bridge one more time, okay? We go, I really want to see you. Really want to see you. Really want to see you, Lord. So it's important to try and hear it, yeah? You got the D major, see you. To the D7, see you. To the B, really want to see you, Lord. Okay, now I'm calling that the bridge. We could include more chords into that and call it the bridge, but just so we don't get confused, okay, I'm going to call that the bridge. All right, which is just a D major, a D7, and a B major. Okay, so if we look at part 3, that is the section of the song where everything from part 1 is raised up a tone. All right, so it starts with the E major. Let's come out of the bridge into the key change. All right, so we've got the D major. Really want to see you. To the D7, really want to see you. Really want to see you, Lord. Really want to. E major, which I'm sure you know about. Then we have an F diminished 7, which you can play all of these chords, as you know, in various different positions, right? I play it here, the F diminished 7. And that's the 3rd fret, 2nd and 4th strings, and the 4th fret, 1st and 3rd strings. And we're only looking to play the bottom 4 strings. Okay, that is your F diminished 7. Now, right after we play that, we play a C sharp 7, which I play like that. Okay, so if you just think of a C, and then you usually add the pinky, don't you, to make it a C7. Well, if you just move that all up 1 fret, then it becomes a C sharp 7. Okay, and from there, we go to an F sharp minor and a B. Okay, so that B shape again. So let me show you those chords because they come pretty thick and fast. So we got really want to see you, Lord, but it takes so long, my Lord.
my Lord.
So now what's happening is that this F sharp minor to the B is replacing the E minor to the A major, yeah? So that's what it's now become, if you like. F sharp minor to B,
My sweet Lord, my Lord, I really want to know you.
So we're back to an E major chord, all right? Then we go to a C sharp minor, and that's just the 4th fret, and I'm barring the bottom 5 strings. This next finger is playing the 2nd string on the 5th fret, and then these two are playing the 3rd and 4th strings on the 6th fret. And we're not playing this string at the top, we're just starting from the 5. Okay, so that part's going between the E major, C sharp minor, yeah? And then when it does the other thing, and so that pretty much covers everything that you kind of need chordally for the song. Now, it is quite a long song, this, and there's a lot of strumming going on, okay? Now, I would definitely recommend that you kind of get a pen and paper and write this out, because it helps it stick more than anything I can tell you, more than anything anybody can tell you, yeah? It just does something to help these arrangements stick in your mind a whole lot better, okay? Now, I have done a PDF over at Patreon outlining the song and stuff like that, but you know, my advice even so would be to you, forget it, get a pen and paper, write it down. It will serve you a whole lot better, okay? So that's just, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, but that would just be my advice, yeah? So, like I said at the beginning of the video, I think it's worth mentioning just a couple of little pointers here which might help you get through the song and help you with particular areas of the song that I feel make it sound smooth. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at that now. The opening of the song with the E minor and the A major doesn't need any explanation, dead easy. Yeah, that's relatively easy, okay? But when it comes to the D and the B minor, those transitions need to be as smooth as the E minor and the A major, okay? That's just a tip. Sometimes when you're going from a D to that B minor, there can be a little bit of lag. It doesn't happen as you might like it to. So pay particular attention to that. Try and get that D, B minor change nice and smooth. Makes it sound good, all right? Now remember, we do that twice before we play this. Now, I have a lot of fun with that little section there, and I intend to play something different every time. And when I listen to the album, the record and stuff, it seems like, you know, sometimes he's pushing it along, sometimes it's very just on the beat, and other times it's a little bit just pushing it. So I would suggest that you experiment with this bit. And the bit in question I'm talking about is the D to the F sharp diminished to the B7. Now, for example, if you were to just play it straight, it would sound like this. Yeah, but sometimes you can make it a little bit more hesitant by... It's kind of more right hand than it is left hand. Anyway, it may not sound much different to you, but it's when you're in the flow of the song, you can do these things a whole lot better. So I just thought I would mention that. That may need a little bit of practice, because when we play a chord we haven't played before, our fingers have a little bit of trouble getting there sometimes, okay? So, for example, going from that D major to the F sharp diminished, might be a little strange at first, and especially with that capo can kind of seem like it's in the way a little bit, okay? So just what I recommend doing when you hit a patch like that where the chord change isn't happening is just play it slowly like this. Yeah, it's just important to get it nice and clean and nice in time, however slow it might be. Okay, so I think that that's kind of worth a mention there. Now, when we go to the D bridge section, it's very straightforward. You just got your D major to the D7, and just in case you're not sure of a D7, it's just second string first fret, first and third string second fret, playing only the bottom 4 strings. This B shape can be problematic for some people. Some people prefer playing a B like so, a bit like an A moved up 2 frets, or you know, this way or whatever. Or you know, you can play the bar as well. So I think this is a great shape to get accustomed with. Okay, so that's just the B section. Now, the other little bit worth paying attention to is when we play the E major. This is after in the key change. So when we play this section, it's the E section to the F diminished 7. All right, and that from an E major to the F diminished 7 again is not something you're probably familiar with. Okay, so nice and slow is the key. So that's, you know, important to get it slow because the speed will come. All right, so that, as I say, that is your F diminished 7, and there are various ways you can play an F diminished 7, all right, but that's just the way I'm going to show you for now. Again, feel free to experiment. Now, directly after it plays that chord, it plays, as I've mentioned already, the C sharp 7. So what I like to do when I play this is kind of play the bottom half of that F diminished 7 and the top half of the C sharp 7. Okay, so by that I mean the bottom strings on the F diminished 7 and the more bassy part on the C sharp 7. And then we're just into the F sharp minor and the B, all right? And that's relatively straightforward. Then you're into the E major, C sharp minor. Again, it's like the D and the B minor section. You want it smooth. As you do that section, okay, so coming out of it again, once we play that E major, C sharp minor, remember we do it twice. Then we have the F diminished 7, C sharp 7. All right, so I think that that kind of covers everything you're going to really need to know. But like I say, it is very worthwhile just getting a pen and paper, writing it out. If you can't be bothered and you're lazy, I've done a PDF. But as I say, my advice is do it because I think it'll help you more in the long run, okay? So I hope that this has helped you in some small way. It's a classic song and I think it's well worth doing. If you have any questions, please pop them down below. I always do my very best to get back to you. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.